YouTube, what's going on? Sigourney Jackson here with another episode of Hoop Politics. Appreciate y'all for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment, and hit the notification bell to be up to date on everything that's Hoop Politics. It's always greatly appreciated. Summer is coming to an end and a lot of people are going back to school right now, but college is still a few more weeks away. So I decided that I need to do a video about the unsigned seniors, the people right now who are scrambling and trying to figure out what are they going to do, where am I going, you know, I don't have any schools who are calling me, what do I do, what is my situation, how do I make the most of it? I'm here today to let you know exactly what you need to be doing right about now. It's a scary time, but don't worry, we're going to work through this, we're going to be all right. Just breathe. Just breathe, you're gonna be all right. So first, what we need to look at is what spectrum are you on as far as your recruiting process is concerned. And we need to go from a base perspective. The first thing we need to know is, what are our grades, okay? Are we a full qualifier or are we a partial qualifier? And in order for you to figure that out, you need to go to NCAA, you need to go through the clearinghouse and figure out about those type of things. Once you figure that out, we can start making some real rational decisions. Most likely, if you have no offers, then right now we don't need to be looking at Division I. Division I is out. It is out the window. That's not happening right now. You might get an opportunity down the line in life, but right now, for this school year, unless you have a 7-inch growth spurt tomorrow, you're not getting recruited by Division I schools right now. AAU is over, all those opportunities are gone. We need to start thinking realistically. So let's say you're a recruit who was getting a couple of schools that were looking at them, who were talking to you and they said, hey, we would love to have you come in for our JV team, or we would love to have you come in, but we can only give you partial, we can't give you full. These are the times to start entertaining that. If you think that you might want to pull out a loan or have your parents or whoever pay for that other partial bit of money that's needed in order for you to go to school, that's a real conversation to look at. If you're trying to go and maybe just walk on and play JV, that's something that you can do as well. I personally wouldn't do it because I'm just a believer that there is free school for everybody. Not really everybody, but for the majority of kids. And you just have to be willing to travel and go and look for all of those opportunities. My personal belief of what you should do, and this is just my opinion, if you are an academic qualifier, and let's say that you weren't necessarily the greatest player, let's say that you didn't get the full opportunity to be able to show what you can do because of a high school coach or because of lack of exposure in AAU or whatever the case may be, look into prep school, look into reclassifying. But I only advise that if you are a full qualifier coming out of high school. Your grades are already set, because the truth of the matter is the majority of prep schools are not legit. Very few prep schools are going to actually be real schools with real teachers, real classes, and real pieces of paper and pencil. And the majority of them are going to be in the New England states such as Maine and Rhode Island and Massachusetts and Vermont and places like that. So if you're not going to one of those type of schools, or a Hargrave Military Academy, or a Fort Union Military Academy, or some place where you already can look at the school and see that, hey, we have a real school here and we send kids off to college every single year, I would only advise you to do a prep school year, and so you can get better and not have to worry about academics, because maybe you just need a little bit more exposure or a little bit more time to be able to work on your game and come into your true form. But if you are not a qualifier, there is no need to probably go into prep school, because regardless of, even if you do get seen by a lot of these schools and they like you and they want to offer you, they can't, because your grades aren't good. You're going to have to go junior college regardless. Which brings me to my second point. If you are a non-qualifier coming out of high school, to me, the best route to go is junior college. There are hundreds, thousands of junior colleges all across the country, and some of them look like Division I programs, okay? You have top level JUCOs out in Texas, Kansas, Florida, out in the Midwest, out in California, and all types of places, Iowa and Indiana. You just have to be willing to travel. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not go out there thinking that because it's junior college, it's the 13th grade, and you're going to go out there and slaughter people, because it's not happening. JUCO basketball is top notch, and they send high major basketball players everywhere, every single year. It is a huge pool of talent, and you have to be ready to come out there and grind and work for yours. If you are coming into a junior college and you are not a qualifier, you need to make sure that you are up to date on everything you need in order to be a qualifier, whether that's going Division 1 or Division 2. Off the top of my head, I already know that in order for you to be a Division 1 athlete coming from a junior college, you need to graduate with your associate's degree. You need to have at least a 2.5 GPA. I'll say it again, a 2.5 GPA, and you need to make sure you are graduating with your associate's degree. If you are trying to go Division 2, all you need is 48 transferable credits. Now, the thing about that is, if you're gonna do that route, not every school is gonna accept the same 48 credits. They might not have the major that you have. So the best route to go with that is to make sure you just go ahead and graduate, because if you graduate, it doesn't matter what the situation is, they will accept your degree and you will be able to play right away. Not only do you need to have 48 credits, but you need to have at least a 2.0 GPA in order to become Division 2 qualified. So make sure that you're up to date on that. Make sure that you know what your GPA is. Make sure you already know from the NCAA clearinghouse what your GPA is and what your standing is in the NCAA's eyes. And really quick, just so you can kind of understand what the NCAA clearinghouse is a online thing where you're going to send in your transcripts from high school, and they're going to look at the core classes that you were supposed to take that go into college, and they're only looking at the ones that are coming after your junior year. They are not going to look at your entire transcript from high school and say, oh, you have a 3.0, so you're fine, because most likely you took some art classes, you took some jazz festival classes, and some swimming and diving classes, and none of that the NCAA will ever care about. They want to see what the core classes are, the maths, the sciences, the Englishes, the reading, and things like that. So make sure that you're on your grades, make sure you know what that is, and make sure that you are figuring it out early. They're also going to look for is a sliding scale. So they're going to combine what your GPA is along with what your SAT and your ACT score is. So if you have a very low GPA, like let's say you have a 2.3, then that means that you might need to have a higher SAT or ACT score. Or let's say that you have a higher GPA. That means that you probably can have a lower SAT or ACT score in order to be a qualifier. But you need to be looking into these things. If you have a high school coach who did not teach you about this, he's a bum. All right, there's no excuse for it. He should be teaching you this, and he should have already prepared you for this and already had your transcripts put into the clearinghouse, because sometimes it can take a little bit longer than usual for you to get your results. It can take anywhere between a couple of days to even months. So you should have already been working on this, but if you didn't, that's what you need to be doing immediately to figure out what your standing is. Once you go the JUCO route, however, you will no longer have to worry about any type of standardized tests. All you have to worry about is what your GPA is while you were in college. While you were there for those 2 years, what did you have? Going forward, what I would say for all unsigned seniors right now, you need to be sending out emails. You need to be willing to answer all emails, all phone calls, be willing to take any type of visit that you can, and be willing to do tryouts. So you need to be in tip-top shape. Right now, you need to have your skills sharpened. You need to be ready to come in and bust ass when you go into any type of workout that you are given the privilege to do. NAIA is not a bad option. Division 3 is not a bad option. D2 is not a bad option. And junior college definitely isn't. Junior college is a very, very tough level to play at. It's really like the underdogs. It's the forgotten people. It's a totally different type of world. It's the outlaw league. Be ready if you decide to go that route, but it can turn you into a man, it can turn you into a woman, it can turn you just into a top-notch ball player and teach you about how to take care of things on your own. So that's what I have to give out today. I didn't want to be too long, but unsigned seniors, it's not too late. Pick up the phone, get your email together, get your highlight tapes together, and be willing to get in the car and travel. Do not worry about what everybody else is thinking. Do not worry about where your friends are going, because right now you have to worry about your career. You have to worry about where you're going, and you have to make sure that you're in the best situation for you. And no matter what level that is, if you're playing college basketball, it's a blessing regardless, and if you can get it paid for, then you've won at the end of the day. So be smart. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section right now. If you got anything that you might want to hear, let me know about it. Hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at hoop_politics, Twitter hoop_politics. God's always in control. Peace.